Well, I have died and gone to book heaven. A contemporary romance about a not skinny heroine, a bet, and a beta hero? Yes, please, thank you. How about a book with feminist undertones with a strong, vulnerable, and witty female lead who will put a smile on you even if you're in Frown Town? Yes to all of that. Give me Minerva, and yes, she hates that name as much as we do, has a shit mom who's convinced that Min is a bucket of chub. And on top of that, Min has a shittier boyfriend who breaks up with her, then insta regrets it. That insta regret turns into a bet this one guy $10,000 he can't get into Minerva's panties plot. But what really had me in a giggle fit was the fact that Min overheard the bet go down. So stuff and things happen. The best stuff and the greatest things. But to tell would be to spoil, and I can't, I shan't. At least not yet. I know I'm a tease, but guys, the writing is fan-damn-tastic. It is witty and sharp and smart. See, Jennifer Crusie, Crusie. I'm going with Crusie. Jennifer Crusie didn't just create a positive, non-stereotypical representation of a queer character, i.e. one of the hero's best friends is a gay woman. She didn't just write wonderful cis-mances throughout the whole book, with friendship being a strong, sustainable thematic element. I'm Min's fairy godmother, charm boy, and if you don't give her a happily ever after, I'm gonna come back and beat you to death with a snow globe. What happened to Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo? That was Disney, honey. It wasn't a documentary. Oh my god, I need air. She didn't just utilize poignant overtones and undertones of feminism, having opened the book with a Gloria Steinem quote and closing it with the couple mutually not wanting to procreate. I didn't say I didn't like kids. I said I didn't want kids. There's a difference. Side note, bless him. Lastly, Jennifer Crusie didn't just make a book that was filled with awesome, sexy, kinky time. Side note, Jen, I will never be able to look at a Krispy Kreme donut the same way again. Guys, not only do we get all of that aforementioned awesomeness, but our lucky ducky butts also get to sit through some dialogue that is really funny. People are going to gasp when they see you. Yeah, when my corset explodes and my breasts hit the minister. I have the biggest heart boner for character dialogue that showcases personality through humor. So much love! And I also have a massive crush on this believable romance. That's partly because Cal is a damaged puppy, and partly because I fell so hard for Min by the end of chapter 1. This OTP hits all of the right beats on their very slow burn emotional journey. And in that same journey, we get juicy conflict with some shit-stirring exes that cause trouble that's actually kind of believable. Granted, their bull poopery isn't the crack. What's the crack? All of that OTP internal conflict. That's the crack. Min's got body image probs, Cal's got lost love probs, she thinks he's a player, he thinks she's an ice queen, and the two could not be more wrong if they tried. If you like internal conflict, if you like lusty characters with amazing smart dialogue and wonderful construction of plot and story, then read Bettany. If you don't like spoilers or you've not read the book, then scoot. Because spoilers, you have been officially and sufficiently warned. First up, friends, we have got to talk about how good that centralized conflict was. It was so interesting that the big climax wasn't Min finding out about the bet, but rather Cal finding out that Min knew about it all along. That was genius. And yes, it did factor into my decision to give that book a ranking of a gazillion orgasms out of a gazillion. That's totally a legitimate scoring system. Or at least it should be. Stars, nothing. Orgasms? Yes. Bet Me was such a smart story, and oh my god, it knew how to pack an emotional punch. I freaking loved how this book kept one foot firmly planted on this side of reality. It wasn't morose or hanging from a ceiling fan sad, but it also wasn't nauseatingly sweet. Do you ever wonder what happened after the happily ever after? After the wedding was over and the townspeople went home and they finished opening all the stuff that was monogrammed with a gold crown? Because the story's over then. All the questing and the courting and the trauma. From then on, it's just sitting around the castle, polishing all the toasters they got for wedding gifts. I mean, damn! The book dealt with real shit, and the romance was romantic without being trite. That is a hard combination to pull off. And then there was all of the smexy time hotness because hello, my name is Thirsty Glitch. That scene where Min and Cal were picnicking and they were mutually very subtly checking each other out. The internal thoughts that those two were having about each other in that scene, I mean, can I live? No, I couldn't. I'm getting so lusty, I'm sweating. You might not think that a broad daylight outdoor luncheon could be panties on fire smexy, but you'd be wrong. This book gives a damn good story and a damn good romance, all while avoiding those nasty little genre cliches that I hate so freaking much. You know, like the dreaded epilogue. I am so here for anti-epilogues in romance. Especially this one. I mean, the fact that Jennifer Crusie literally opens with, in case you were wondering, best audience wink ever. Thank you so much, woman, for not making me read about the 2.5 kids running around the white picket fence. I am so here for less children and romances. Nope, instead we got a nice cute little summary wrap up of who did what when and with who. I just love this book. Now you need to go love this book. Mwah! You know that moment when you have filmed something and then you finish filming it and you're like, I'm done. And then you realize you're not done? I filmed the quotes yesterday and I left out one. Oh, why am I an idiot? If you have read Bet Me, please let me know because it's a good book. This is the book that I read right after my mom died and it genuinely helped. It's kind of a lot to ask of a romance novel. Hey, I'm depressed, make me happy. But she did. So thank you, Jennifer. Not that you're watching this, but I'm putting it out into the world. Thank you. Even my husband read this, okay? And even he was like, dude, my husband liked it, I liked it, and you should like it too. But don't take my word for it. It's the Romance Reading Rainbow recommendation. And now when I would normally go break down the setup and go rest, I have to go film again because I'm an idiot. Oh.